Hi, we're going to do a loving kindness meditation. And to start, I'd like you to think of someone who loves you, someone who you might consider a benefactor, or someone who's really helped you. And when you think about that person, it brings warm feelings. And if no person comes to mind, you can also pick a pet or just anything else that will inspire warm feelings. And if you can, think of this person and bring them to your mind's eye. If you can visualize that person, all the better. And there's some words I'd like you to use about this person. And just because it's gender neutral, I'll use the word you, but you could use he, she, or the person's proper name. And so thinking of this person, you can close your eyes, take a breath, and say, I'd like you to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. And we can repeat that. I'd like you to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. Now, some people find that a person who's no longer alive is someone that inspires them with warm feelings. So we've come up with some words for this case. And again, you can close your eyes, take a nice breath, and I'll use the word or the pronoun him in this case. I remember his kindness. I remember his love. These memories can inspire me to be kind to those whom I encounter. And again, I remember his kindness. I remember his love. These memories can inspire me to be kind to those whom I encounter. Now, the next step is actually to give some loving kindness toward yourself. And sometimes people have some difficulty with that, but we want to be loving of everyone, and that includes ourselves. Give us some of our own appreciation. So with that in mind, I'd like to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. I'd like to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. Now, the purpose of this guided meditation is to arouse your feelings, and up to this point, this would just be something like other gratitude practices. But what we're going to do now is to extend our feelings toward a neutral person. And this is a person who you really don't think about much one way or the other. It could be a person who served you coffee at Starbucks this morning. So just think of some person who you really don't have strong opinions about one way or the other. And I'll use the pronoun her in this case. I'd like her to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. I'd like her to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. And now the challenge is actually to think about someone who you actually don't like, someone who's difficult. And in this case, when you're starting out, don't pick the worst person in the world, the person who really is very difficult to think positively about, but someone who's perhaps a little bit difficult. Oftentimes a coworker is a good person to use because they're probably not a bad person, but they just rub you the wrong way. And so if you can think of a difficult person, and we'll use the same words. I'll use he for the pronoun. I'd like him to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. I'd like him to be safe, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at ease in the world. And you might be mindful of how those words make you feel. Sometimes you might feel a little bit of a tightness in the chest, let's say, if they don't entirely feel sincere. Probably you're okay with wishing safety and health to a person, but you may not be sure about happiness. But with a lot of people who are difficult, if you think about it, if they were actually happy and at ease in the world, they might not be so difficult. The final step in this practice is try to universalize this feeling of loving kindness. And we've gone from ourselves and a loved one or someone we really appreciate to a neutral person, to a difficult person. And the final step is to really try to imagine that we can feel love universally to everyone and everything, as much as that is possible. You just close your eyes and take a deep breath. And just contemplate the feeling of a widespread loving kindness. And that's the loving kindness practice.